Hello guys, welcome back to The Stairway. I'm Janet Mwaluda.
I'm Dorcas.
So today we're going to talk about the journey. So now you find out, you suspect, because that's what happens in an addict's mind. You can tell me maybe the psychologist's mind, but as for me, I shall stand with us. We are together. I'm not leaving you guys. So now, in an addict's mind, I'm telling you, there is no confirming that you are addicted, especially if you're still in denial. When in denial, in the beginning of the journey, because remember today's topic was, is we begin the journey. So we are still in the early days, early stages of the suspicion of the treatment. But it has to come with the realization that you're a suspected drunk or you're a suspected substance abuser. You know, in fact, most of the people will think within themselves, I think maybe I just drink too much. So in short, you have reduced yourself to an abuser. So addict and abuser, for starters, in fact, has reminded me of that question. What's the difference between an addict and an abuser of a substance?
First of all, things changed. We no longer define anyone as an abuser. Just to deal with stigma. Because the moment you say somebody is an abuser, you're already stigmatizing that person. So the first thing we just call anyone who uses substance a user. That's even the DSM-5 will classify the problem as substance use disorder, not substance abuse. But when you abuse something, simply means you're using it for another reason, not for the one that it's meant for. Like when you use Piriton, I think Piriton is used to treat, can be mafia or something.
Yeah.
But people will use it so that they can sleep. That's the side effect. But it's not meant for that. The same way when you use alcohol, alcohol is not meant to deal with the feelings or to deal with the pain. You're supposed to drink alcohol majorly to enjoy and everything. But when you abuse that substance, you're using it for another reason.
Yes.
Now you are abusing it. Anything that you abuse, you're using it for another reason other than the one that's meant for.
Yes. So then you get addicted by when abusing it. You get addicted to it after long-term use.
Yes, it can be long-term use. It can be long-term use, mostly because of long-term use. But for who are genetically predisposed, it can. It can be 2 years. For somebody, it can be 10 years. And then there are other events that can make it worse. Like when someone loses their loved one or just traumatic events in their lives can make someone now continue using.
Okay. So now the addict finds out or stumbles upon the form of inner knowing or intuition. I don't know, inner voice tells you you're a suspect, because even that inner voice, we suppress it. We try to tell it, no, I'm not addicted. I'm a suspect addict. We still try to downplay everything. Trust you me. So now, what now?
The moment you start suspecting, that's already a warning sign. Like there's a problem. So you probably go to Google and everything. First of all, to confirm if it's true or not.
Oh yes, I did that.
Yeah,
I did that because first of all, what happens is that everybody tries to there's always that one person who will come and tell you, of course, you drink too much. Thank you for all the people who told me that, by the way. I really appreciate, even the one holding the camera right now, my crew who stood with me all these years. Thank you. And the cast members, thank you. So now, you see all that. So after the words become so, everybody tells you about this, and there's that denial that we throw back. It's not cause, it's not ill. I mean, it's because, trust you me, by the time you're telling the person who's addicted, and by then never stop telling them, because if it were not for the number of people who highlighted and mentioned on my drinking, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be talking about this today, and I wouldn't have met this lovely brilliant lady. Now, what happens? So I find out, I go to Google Doctor. Outpatient or inpatient? Because now I feel like I'm being taken for the assessment we talked about last episode.
Okay, that's what most people do. Think they go to Google to check your symptoms. Even when you're sick, a flu, the first thing you take is symptoms. But it's very important to seek professional help when you suspect. You do not have to go to a rehab, really. You can go, like counseling, just go check out. Because counselors will know where to refer you to. They will also do an assessment. You can see an addictions counselor, you can just see a counselor, you can see a psychologist. But most importantly, listen to the people around you. If people keep telling you there's a problem, 100 people can't be wrong.
That's very true.
But most people will be in denial because when you are an alcoholic, it's very difficult to face the reality of what it is. That's when you're in denial, because the reality is very harsh. Because if you accept now, you need to seek solutions. You need to face, if it's pain, if it's whatever it is, you have to face it. That's why most people will be in denial. And it's actually, denial is a coping mechanism too.
Yeah, it is. It protects you
a lot. It does. And it's actually protecting the addict side.
Yeah.
From the reality of how things are. Because now you have to look at, like the job is not there anymore. I'm losing my family.
I know. Gosh, I'm going. My mind is like, wow. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, so you can go see a counselor. You can search online. So many rehabs in Kenya right now. So many rehabs. And you'll find them on the website. Just Google, where can I get a rehab?
Yeah.
And then go for an assessment.
And now, at what point, I don't know what I can easily empower the person Googling right now and has stumbled upon this YouTube page and is like, how can I secretly go and search or look for this help? Because everyone usually feels like, guy, unaenda rehab. You want to, because even my earlier days, I didn't want anyone to know. It was a whole big secret. It was a whole big secret until one day I told my mom, I was like, somebody within our compound spoke about my leaving and me going and all that, and it reached wherever it reached. And there was a lot of exaggeration about how it was done. And I'm like, that's fine. Mom, why are you refusing? Like, even if that's not what happened, where I was tied up. I came and told you, I was tied up. And the stigma about it, because my poor mom was like, the rumor was like, I was taken by force, and little did people know, I actually went to the rehab, searched and looked at the menu, and how will I be sleeping like a princess that I am? Self-love didn't disappear. I still ask the hard questions as if I'm checking into White Sands. So now you can imagine the stigma of it all, where gossip is turned upside down, and then the caregivers, like my mom, was so hard with that story until she saw how strong I was, because I empowered her with this one thing. How about you just look at them and feel sad for the people who can sit around and gossip about that story? First of all, they're not even talking the truth. Instead of it hurting you, be grateful for what you have now. Your daughter is as sober as a judge. She is brilliant. She is intelligent. She is back. And she is loving and living her most authentic life. I think that was me taking back all the power of that nonsensical gossip that didn't have legs or head or ears. And that's what humanity does. So it puts you down. You want to search in secret, and when you find that it involves you, like you getting a solution involves you going to the center, the journey stops. Today we want the journey to begin by, I don't know, healing this trauma of people talking about rehab. I mean, if you're over it, you go to the gym. I mean, if you're an alcoholic or you're a substance abuser, you go to the rehab or go to the counselor. Like, that's the solution. You know, everyone is okay with talking about all the solutions people are taking in life, but all of a sudden when you talk about seeking solutions to addiction, it's whispered under the tables. No, we're not going to whisper under the table. We're going to speak about it because it is a journey towards seeking or towards finding your true self and finding your most authentic self, your most beautiful self. No one should ever shame you. I don't want you to ever feel ashamed. In fact, write it in your Instagram bio. Been to rehab. Been there, done that. Write it in your bio. Because guess what? I and the people who have my mindset will applaud you. You see? There are so many people wasting themselves. Yeah? With hidden habits. But you are brave enough to seek for a solution. So now, outpatient versus inpatient. Now we find out what we suspect. And now you have searched in the Google Doctor, yeah, and you see this sentence, and you go for your counseling. But then you're hit now with a further information from your counselor that it might be time that you seek inpatient. Not music to any addicts, yes. Not music to any addicts, yes. And that's when you start thinking, yeah, is my shop going to operate? You remember what I told you? Do you remember what I told you during my cast member here? You wanted to shoot an episode in the rehab. Imagine. Can you imagine? And all this time you're not shooting. But the moment you're being told you're going to rehab, that's what you remember. I'm supposed to shoot an episode. Exactly. Can you imagine? Can you imagine I actually did that? But I remember you were so serious. What did mom tell you? But she's like, you know, first of all, you told me your mom is being dramatic. I know. I'm so happy I can laugh about this like this. Let me tell you something. And it's so weird that right now I'm for inpatient. Like anybody who has any form of substance abuse, I don't know. I don't know why I don't support outpatient. Tell me about this outpatient. How does it work? Because for me, I see it like I'm coming to see you. We talk about solutions to the existing problems. Then I'm going back to the people, places, and things that are affecting me, the environment that I can't probably stand, where I can't heal in. So how does this outpatient and recovery work? Outpatient, what you do, you have to do a proper assessment. Okay, like a proper assessment. And mostly it's a place for people who just decided or they just looked at their lives and like, I think I have a problem. And they take themselves to a counselor or somebody like that. And then probably they still have the jobs going on. They're still actively doing some things. And the progression of their disease is not really bad. They're in a place that they can come for sessions, be disciplined enough not to drink. Like I said, it requires a lot of discipline. If you know you cannot stop yourself from drinking, outpatient is not even for you. So even if you have been pushed by people to seek help, that means already outpatient is not for you. That means you're still struggling with a lot. It has to be self-will, like everything has to be self. So at this point, you just need the tools. Yeah. You get that? Or otherwise, inpatient. Or inpatient for someone, someone who has already started working the program already on their own. Yeah. Probably they've already gone for the inpatient for the 3 months or 6 months. And now probably they have relapsed or something. Now they want to continue. But most treatments that have worked actually are inpatient. Yeah. Inpatients are the ones that stuck. Yeah. I really want people to understand and to really be compassionate about all the users who are feeling so hopeless and don't fear the impatient. In fact, if you take it to the tinge of humor, I mean, you remember the first day I was in, I think I already caused drama. You are not there at night. But don't feel embarrassed or shy. Don't shy. Actually, the word here is shy away. You know, don't shy away from seeking that help, because the shackles you are in when in addiction, you see, are worse.
Yeah, that's true. Because it's important for everything else to stop to get yourself grounded. Because things are falling apart because of this one particular problem. If you do not deal with this one particular problem, then nothing else will work. Remember, you have what you have today, Janet, because you stayed sober. Otherwise, everything else will be gone. That's why you need to stop, even if it's for those 3 months, for those 6 months, to get yourself grounded, to deal with this particular problem. Because otherwise, it reflects in all other areas of your life.
Yeah, it shows. So, guys, that was it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Please click subscribe and share with your family and friends who are going through these things we're talking about. And before I go, as always, I have to leave you guys with something nice. The poison doesn't leave all at once. It leaves day by day. Be blessed.